When mentioning the words parents, in the heart of every Vietnamese child arise special, profound, and sacred emotions. They are not only the roots, the place where we were born and raised, but also the safest harbor whenever we are weary in the flow of life. Parents have devoted their whole lives to loving, sacrificing, caring for, and protecting us from the first steps we took until we grew up. However, as time passes, parents grow old and weak, their hair turns grey, and their strength diminishes. That is also the time when, as children, we cannot turn a blind eye or use busyness as an excuse to forget our filial duties. In today's modern society, as the fast pace of life sweeps everyone into the whirlpool of work, small families, and daily worries, many children, either unintentionally or intentionally, have left their parents feeling isolated and lonely in a house that was once filled with laughter. Many people think that simply sending their parents some money, gifts, or visiting during holidays is enough to fulfill their filial duty. But in reality, what parents need most in their old age is not material things, but care, listening, sharing, and clearly feeling the love from their children. Recently, a video has been widely circulated on social media, causing many children to be startled and reflective. The video captures simple yet deeply moving moments. An elderly mother quietly sitting by the window waiting for her child to come home, her eyes filled with longing and a small hope. An old father diligently cooking a modest meal, intending to save some for his visiting child, but the dining table remains silent, with only him and the evening shadows quietly keeping company. These images not only bring viewers to tears, but also sound an alarm about the responsibility and duty of children when their parents grow old. The video content goes beyond calling on children to spend time with their parents. It also emphasizes the importance of protecting the younger generation from the dangers of the online environment. Recently, many parents have been genuinely shaken upon witnessing harmful videos, so-called dirty videos, appearing online, directly threatening the psychology and healthy development of their children. This reality not only reflects the chaos of the digital environment, but it also places a greater responsibility on parents and the community to care for, supervise, and accompany children in the digital world, protecting them from harmful and distorted content. Videos showing inhumane treatment of children being circulated and causing outrage in the community also serve as evidence of how indifference and lack of care from adults can lead to serious consequences for future generations. Without strong cooperation from parents, schools, and society in monitoring, guiding, and educating, children can easily be harmed, losing their innocence and safety in the online space. This is also a reminder to children. Once grown up, they should not only take care of their elderly parents, but also pay attention to and protect the next generation and well, in order to preserve sustainable family values from one generation to the next. Returning to the duty of being a child. When parents grow old, their health declines, memory becomes unclear, and loneliness always lurks. That is, when children must become a strong, spiritual support for their parents. You may not be wealthy or able to provide your parents with a materially abundant life, but just a phone call to check in, an afternoon walk with your parents around the garden, a warm family meal, or simply a warm hug, is enough for parents to feel happy and proud of what they have built throughout their lives. Don't wait until one day, when your parents are no longer here, to regret not spending time caring for, listening to, and sharing with those who gave birth to and raised you. The memories and moments with your parents in their old age will become priceless treasures, a warm baggage for every child to carry on their life's journey full of ups and downs. We also need to remember that besides the responsibility to our parents, each child is also a role model for their own children. When you love, care for, and look after your elderly parents, the children will learn how to live compassionately, be filial, and appreciate family values. This is the foundation for building a civilized society, where the bond between generations is always preserved and promoted. Cherish every moment you still have with your parents. Don't let busyness or personal ambitions make you forget the most sacred thing in life: family love. Because no matter how many changes, successes, or failures there are outside, parents will always be the safest place to return to. And remember, taking care of and loving our parents in their old age is not only a responsibility, but also a happiness, an opportunity for us to repay their kindness in giving birth and raising us. Let every day with our parents be a meaningful day, full of love, so that later we won't have to say the words, "if only." The message from that video and from today's social reality still resonates. When growing old as a child, you cannot overlook. You cannot overlook the precious moments with your parents. You cannot overlook the responsibility to protect and educate the younger generation. You cannot overlook the duty to preserve the family home. Act today so that love will always be the flame that warms each person's heart from this generation to the next. For a long time, in American culture, the family has always been the source of love and the solid foundation for the growth of each individual. Parents are like strong roots, ready to sacrifice, protect, and guide their children through every stage of life. When they reach old age, their shoulders become tired, their eyes filled with the wrinkles of time. What parents need most is not grand material gifts, but the presence, care, and sharing from their children. Those are warm family gatherings, gentle hand-holding, caring inquiries, and peaceful smiles beside their loved ones. Many people often think that providing sufficient material support is enough to fulfill their duty as children, sometimes forgetting the priceless value of time and spiritual care. Elderly parents need nothing more than to feel listened to, understood, and to see their children and grandchildren reunited and happy together. A simple meal, a story about the past, or just sharing a warm cup of tea together is enough to warm the hearts of parents in their old age. These are precious moments that cannot be bought with anything else. Time passes without waiting for anyone. Sometimes, when looking back, we suddenly realize that our parents have aged a lot, and the opportunities to express love, to care, and to share simple daily memories with them are becoming fewer and fewer. We should cherish every moment we still have with our parents, because once those moments pass, they become memories that cannot be returned to. Don't wait until parents are no longer with us to regret not having said a word of apology, not having sent a word of thanks, or not having spent time with those who sacrificed their whole lives for us. Family love is a sacred gift, an irreplaceable spiritual support. Just by being present, listening, and sharing, parents will feel happiness and fulfillment in their final years. A child who knows how to love their parents is also someone who knows how to love and appreciate the beautiful values of life. contributing to building a humane and compassionate society. Besides filial piety and caring for parents, every adult also needs to be aware of their role and responsibility in protecting and educating the younger generation. In an era of rapidly developing technology, the online environment opens many opportunities but also harbors numerous risks affecting the psychology and character of children. Today's children have easy access to a vast amount of information but lack the skills to distinguish right from wrong, truth from falsehood, and lack the resilience to stand firm against the temptations and negativity of the virtual world. To protect children from the unwanted impacts of the online environment, the role of adults is extremely important. Parents, teachers, and relatives need to regularly pay attention, talk, listen, and build trust so children can share any problems they encounter. Teach children how to use the internet safely, how to filter information, and how to respect themselves and others when communicating online. More importantly, set an example for children through your actions, words, and daily behavior. When adults live sincerely, kindly, and know how to love and help others, children will learn those good moral values and apply them in their own lives. Family education is the solid foundation for building the character of the younger generation. It not only imparts knowledge and skills, but also forms love, gratitude, sharing, and responsibility towards society. Every adult should be a bright example of morality and lifestyle for children to follow. Don't just teach children with words, teach them through your own actions, because children often learn more from what they see than what they hear. The responsibility of adults does not stop at protecting and educating children, but also includes working together to build a healthy and civilized living environment. Let's join hands to create good values, spread the spirit of mutual support and compassion, help those in difficulty, and share love with the community. A sustainable society is one where every individual is aware of their role, knows how to cherish and preserve family values, and loves and lives responsibly towards themselves, their family, and society. No matter how busy and hectic modern life is, always make time for family. Let the home always be a peaceful place to return to, a warm nest full of laughter and love. Be a strong support for parents in old age, a companion, guide, and wings for the dreams of children. Contribute your efforts to building a confident, resilient, compassionate younger generation who appreciate the beautiful traditional values. Each of us is an important link in the journey to preserve and promote family values and the humanitarian values of society. Start with small actions, a phone call to check on parents, a family meal, a word of encouragement for children, a good deed for the community. These simple things will accumulate into great strength, helping to make life better and better. Amid the busyness and worries, pause a moment to feel the affection, to understand the hardships and sacrifices of parents, to timely send love before it's too late. Take the initiative to protect and guide children on the path ahead, helping them become responsible citizens with beautiful souls who know how to live for others. The sacred love between parents and children, the responsibility of adults towards the younger generation, and the strong family values passed down through generations. These are the keys to building a civilized, united, and happy society. Let's together preserve, promote, and spread these good things so that every day is a day worth living. Every family is a loving home, and everyone is happy to be part of that beloved home. Finally, remember that no matter how much life changes, no matter how advanced technology becomes, family love, filial piety to parents, and responsibility towards children and the community will always be enduring, irreplaceable values. Live so that each day passes without regret for missing the simplest and most precious things in life. Love, share, and accompany your family and the younger generation to build a bright future, a humane, prosperous, and sustainable society together.